evening. Very good evening, Mr. Singh. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, thank you for asking. What about you?
I'm also good. Thank you so much. How is work? How is family? How is life?
Everything is good, excellent.
Oh, that's very nice to hear. Where are you
Yeah.
from, Mr. Singh? Where are you from?
Basically, I'm from Gorakhpur, UP, but currently I am living in Delhi.
Okay. How was this shift coming from Gorakhpur, coming to Delhi? Gorakhpur is comparatively a small town. Delhi is cosmopolitan, metropolitan, lot of cultures, different
Yeah, definitely.
people. So, how was this shift? Tell me one good thing about this shift from Gorakhpur to Delhi, and tell me one bad thing about this shift.
Yeah, I think there was a internet issue. Is it from your side or my side?
Come on, Mr. Raju, please keep talking. One
Okay.
good one good thing about this shift coming from a small town to Delhi, and one bad thing about this shift coming from a small town to Delhi. Come on.
Good thing is that you get to interact with a lot of people around all of the world. People from all over the world come here and live here. Like there are people. Every country's embassy is situated here. So you can see every type of people here. There are many tourists. International airport is here. So and you get a good institution here. All the offices of the central government, all the ministries are here. All India Institute of Medical Science that is here. If you are if there is any medical problem, you can go visit there. All these are things are advantage. Coming to the disadvantage, first of all, I will say there is Delhi is very polluted city. So when I shifted
Okay.
from there,
Everyone says that.
yeah.
Okay.
So that is the and other thing you can say there here there is anonymity. You get more depression because of the anonymity. You don't get to interact with a lot of people. Uh, and in the village are in the in for that matter in the Gorakhpur, since this is a small town, and you frequently visit people, so you don't feel yourself anonymous. All these things are disadvantage. I will say.
At any point of time, for example, so I was talking to one person. The person was from Bihar. So
Yeah.
when he settled in Delhi, the neighbors were very much into the status, like the status symbols. Oh, you have a car, you don't have a car. Oh, where are you going for a holiday? Are you not going for a holiday? So the neighbor had a tendency to judge on the basis of status and status symbols. Did you find anyone judging on these kind of matters, on different matters? For example, when you come from a small town, in a small town, everybody is a family. In a small town, even if you live in the one corner of the town, you know what is happening in that particular area. Everybody knows what is happening in your town, in your house, and you don't have a choice. So
Yeah,
when
definitely.
yeah, yes,
Yeah,
but
definitely. Coming to if you're talking about the symbol judgment, how people
status
judge your
symbols, yes.
status symbol. Since I am a government employee, this in itself brings a lot of respect and prestige to me. Besides this, if you say that in terms of money status, so Delhi is a costly city. Here, living of standard is high. So I don't say I don't say much money. So people say, yeah, in terms of the people who are doing private job or for that matter in they're doing local business there in the Gorakhpur UP. So they are much more than me, despite I being a government employee.
I
So
understand.
yeah,
I understand. It's the story of every person who's working in a different city. All of your salary is mostly going into your cost of living. So
Yes.
people don't realize that you really don't get to save much. Like I have
Yeah.
seen this a lot. I have seen this a lot. People earning 40, 50, 60,000, but almost all of it is in going in the cost of living. You have a house, you have rent, you have maid, you have bills. Then you
Yeah.
also really want to live yourself. So I understand that, yes. Yeah, and also as you said about Gorakhpur, the cost of living isn't that high. People can live in basic things without the show off, without thinking of the status,
Yeah,
and
definitely. Here,
everybody is a family. Yes.
yes, yes, definitely. There, you can get even rent at the very low cost, and even if you are, yeah, wheat and rice, these are the staple food, and will get there at the very cheap price. And here in Delhi, you will not get at the cheap price.
Where do you work, Mr. Raju? Where do you
Uh,
work?
Currently, I'm working in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs.
If at all there is certain kind of majority, groupism, partiality, favoritism at your office, are you
No,
a very straightforward person who will just not care, mind your own business, or you'll be diplomatic, you'll be tactful, you will also try and participate?
in which matter?
Office politics. Somebody
No.
trying to change the dynamics through groupism, partiality, favoritism, majority. This is how politics happens.
Yeah, yeah, these things you cannot ignore. It is everywhere, so it happens there as
That's
well.
what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's well. So why don't pay heed to all these things? I just do my work, and somewhere you have to be diplomatic. You have to answer diplomatically. If you will not, then you will be in a trouble.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, so I'm a very
Somehow or
straightforward
the
type.
other, you can't just cut off and ignore. You'll have to learn it.
You will have to, yeah, you have to learn and manage and accommodate yourself to
Yes.
live in
Yes.
that situation.
Yes. People won't allow you to be neutral. People won't
Yeah,
allow
you
you to
can
be safe. They'll
definitely
put you in
you.
tricky situations.
Yeah, actually, to be very precise, human cannot be neutral since we are not machine. Like program has, like in the computer programming has been said. So the computer do whatever it has been programmed to do. So, but we are human. We are human. We have the compassion, we have the courage. That many values are there, so it our neutrality is influenced by that. But yeah, we can try to be as much neutral as we can.
What is one thing that you do just like your mom? What is one thing you do just like your dad? What aspect of your behavior, personality, response comes from your mother? What aspect of your behavior, response, personality comes from your father?
Talking to my mother is very kind-hearted and compassionate.
All
So
mothers are same. All
yeah,
mothers on this earth are
yeah,
same. Are you kind and compassionate? I want to ask you.
yes, I
Because
am
people
kind of
take kind people for granted.
I am the not I am kind and compassionate, but I'm not as much kind and compassionate
Like
as my
mothers.
mother.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely,
and in
absolutely.
terms of my, if you talk about my father, he's very strict and he follow his role very. He like when I used to be in the village, I used to wake up at the 4 o'clock.
Oh
So
my God.
yeah, in the village, people used wake up
Yes.
at the 4 o'clock. They wake up early in the
The
village.
first rays of sunshine and the first kukuduku and you wake up. I know that.
No, before that, yeah. Right now, even in the village, the people are waking up at the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, because earlier there was no latrine facilities and other. After Swachh Bharat mission, there has been a lot of stress, open defecation, all these things. The latrine are there, so earlier people had to go outside for defecation. So now there everything is available. Electricity, also there is availability of electricity, so there is no dearth of anything. So people are now living just like people here living in the city. I don't think there is, since globalization has come, everything penetration of the internet. So I don't think there is much difference between the village area, even Flipkart, Amazon, Meesho.
Yes,
Their
yes, they
items
have
are getting
included a
delivered.
lot of pin codes. My
Yeah,
goodness.
Even despite I am living in Delhi for the last 3 years, when I go to home, actually I don't like fast food, and I don't go outside to eat all this samosa, burger, pizza. So when go people, people in the village, they frequently eat the momos, burger, and they ask me, "Will you eat?" And they ask me very,
Politely and
politely,
family
and
like. And
they say,
with all enjoyment, like, come, we are enjoying, you also
"Yeah,
enjoy with us.
yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely." So there is not much difference between village and actually, government is emphasizing on that only. Like Gandhiji said, there should be smart villages, not smart cities.
And you work in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right?
Ministry of
Right?
Housing and Urban Affairs, not Foreign Affairs.
Okay, so yes, I follow a lot of people on Instagram also. So some people say that the soul of India is in the villages. Soul. And one of the officers, he was an IS officer, he was working in a village, and people there used to practice their handicraft. So some things in villages are so pure and so down to earth and so close to roots, that she said that I don't think they should be spoiled by technology. I don't think they should be affected by technology. Their beauty lies in the fact that they are away from all the modernism and technology.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
like
Yeah,
people
yeah,
when they
yeah.
visit the old monuments, they spoil it. Humans love to spoil things.
Yeah,
So
human, it's most of the human, yeah, do this small thing, but for that, to empower them, to
yes, for
economic
yes, yes,
empowerment, to economically empower them. Even government
yes,
has
that is
constituted a
essential.
NAFED, National Fed, something federation. It is for the tribal people.
Yes,
It arrange a market where tribal people come and they they sell their herbicide and other local produce, which are of the local nature. So yeah, definitely. Even one day I was reading the newspaper. They are making the tiffin box of the bamboo.
yes, I
So
also saw
yeah,
the same news.
and
Yes,
it is and the government is it is on the, I think, Amazon and Flipkart as well, and they are selling it in the 500, and eagerly people are purchasing it.
yes, yes. It's much more safe. It's economical. It's
Yeah, environment. It's
organic.
a
It's
environment.
natural.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
environment friendly.
One thing, there are a lot of things that we hear in our household, but that time, we have not seen the world, we have not seen this harsh world, so we disregard it. For example, our parents advise a lot and they tell a lot, but we tend to disregard it because we have not seen the harsh world yet. Now that you live away from family, you work in a government sector, you've seen people, you've seen their motives, you've seen how they work.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you were always taught but you discarded, but now life is telling you that no, dude, whatever your parents taught was damn right.
Yeah, my parents used to tell me to, so first of all, stay away from the bad people, like who are just gossiping and doing nothing. So this type, the people who just gossip are everywhere. They will do groupism. Though they are educated, but still education
Yes, yes, yes,
education
this is
that
where
does
the
not.
irony lies.
Yeah, definitely. So education does not mean that you will be a compassionate, honest, integrity will be there. So yeah, my parents used to tell me, and I used to ignore that since I was not much. I did not get much exposure at that time, and I used to take that lightly. Now I am since working here, interacting with a lot of people. Now I get the importance of that. What my parents were advising at that time.
I agree with you
And
on this point.
beside one thing,
education is Education is not a measure of somebody's nature, somebody's
no,
intention, somebody's.
education should be value based education. Value based, like
Very good, very
yeah,
good, how
honesty
nice.
should be there, integrity should be there, compassion. Unless and until there is no value in the education, I don't consider it the education. Their education without values are like, liability. If there is no values in the education, so they are liability. Like in the bank, there are asset and liability. So people are just liability.
Mr. Raju, some of the answers you've said, very, very nice answers. God really bless you. God really bless your parents. God's grace be there with you. And I hope you live a happy life, a prosperous life. I hope you do a lot of good work in your life. Very nice to meet you.
Thank
God's grace be there, and best wishes to you, to your family, for your future, for your career, for your parents, everything. Some
thank
of the
you.
answers you've given, like, amazing. It seems, I don't know what kind of education you've got, but you've got really great education. Great. And
Thank you.
I really hope you spread out these good intentions, these good words, and these good thoughts. I hope you do get a platform and a chance to spread out these words. Very nice,
Definitely, I
very
will.
nice.
Definitely, I will, ma'am.
Absolutely, amen. Very nice. Okay, so how do you handle any negative emotion? I was talking to one person, so it's not, we all work with all our sincerity, we all work with all our focus. Sometimes we come back home, but emotionally we are still there in the office.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I have read a book, and I would recommend you to read the Power of the Subconscious Mind. There it has defined how our conscious mind and subconscious mind are different, and how they work. So first of thing, how there is kind of thing missing in our education system and in our whole society. I will say in the Bhagavad Gita it has been written like, you must have heard. I don't know. Sthita pragna, emotionally intelligent. In English, which is called emotionally intelligent person. So if you are tensed, so first of all, I regularly do yoga and meditation. So
Okay.
one way of dealing is that. Another way of differentiating between different emotions. Why that thing is leading you to that emotion, like anger, like like maybe there are three emotions that are leading to one anger. One from your parents, some other from your bank account must have been deducted mistakenly. Another is someone from the office must have said something to you. So first of all, you have to understand that, like, if you have to differentiate that office is another zone, and your homework is another zone. You don't have to take your office tension into your home and your home. Though it is very difficult to differentiate, but you will have
Yes,
to.
yes,
And
yes,
when you start
yes.
differentiating between these emotions, you will start getting lighter, and you'll not face much problem in terms of getting anger or
What is chaplacy in English?
flattering.
Any person in the office whose skill is not hard work and honesty, but the skill is flattery. Any such person at office or in the social circle.
Every actually, I will not say that. I am not met anyone in the, but you have to do somewhat flattery. Though 1% or 2%,
Yes.
everybody has to do
Very nice, Mr.
with his
Raju.
senior. Even I do. I will accept that. Even I will not 100%, but 1 or 2%. When I am with my boss, I do 1 or 2%. So definitely it depends upon which. Some people are 100%. Oh, you are like, you are God, you are this, you are this. That kind of flatly I will not say, but yeah, I don't find there is no one in my office who flatters me in that much degree. Though I already said that there is variation in the flattery.
Uh, I agree with you. Nobody likes hearing negative words. Nobody likes hearing the truth, for God's sake. The world does not want to hear the truth. I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
seriously. I've seen that all my life. Nobody wants to hear the truth and don't even try. It never works. All
Yeah.
people love is good words, nice words, positive words. And at the end of the day, you have to do your job. You have to contribute to the work organization where you are working. That's it. So work is work, home is home, and you have to get the job done. That is it. So use good words, use positive words, and
Yes.
flattery is when people do not have a good intention. Somewhere the intention is for themselves. Selfish motives are there.
Yeah, definitely, definitely self-promote.
Yes. So somewhere flattery, I think yesterday I was also talking to one person. So he was like very much against flattery. Yes, speaking good words, always speaking diplomatically, the positive words, that is different, but he was just against the flattery. Like it's always, the person wants something for himself, herself. When you are doing your job, when you're working for the organization, there is no scope of flattery. Do this, do your job, go home, take your salary, done.
No, 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 that's not possible. I told you, na, you have to do just 1%. Out of 100%, you have to a little bit. That will not be shown, but it will be behind your brain that I am doing flattery to my boss. 1%,
Okay.
half percent, half percent.
Any person who is dominant is like just be obedient, don't be intelligent, follow what I say, don't ask, don't question, just do as I say.
Uh,
Don't apply your brain, follow my brain. Any dominant person.
no, I have not met any dominant person like that because there are some, all the people who are there are somewhat educated. So they know if a work has to be done, it has to be done as per rule and regulation, not as per their brain. They are not the king or anybody whose intention would be, final. So I have not met any kind of this type of dominant person. Yeah, there are dominant person who say that this will be done, but though it is as somewhat rule and regulation are being followed. So I have not met any people as per.
Um, any knowledge, any teaching of life that did not come very simply, very easily. Any teaching, any learning from life that came through difficult people, opposite people, challenging people, or challenging situations. For example, somebody I was talking to, the person learned that health should not be ignored. One person again learned the lesson that it's not very simple to just cut off, be straightforward and cut off. People will try to drag you, people will create excuses. Somebody said that the person learned people skills the difficult way. For example, the his boss was like, his boss never spoke directly, his boss always spoke indirectly. He had to like decode and figure out what the boss was saying. So any
So
lesson in your life that came through difficult, opposite, challenging people
yeah,
or
if we're
situations?
talking about how I learned the lesson through the difficult, challenging situation, it was my exam when I was preparing. I could not
Oh,
clear it, and after second or third attempt. So I learned how struggle are, and I there realized that everybody, every student or every parent should send their children for at least uh, a little struggle should be there in the life. Only then he
yes,
values
yes,
value.
yes,
Like I started
yes.
cooking.
Very true.
I used to cook my own food. I used to wash my clothes. I used to there was whole responsibility. I used to
And
live
at
on the
home, you don't
rent. So
realize how all these things happen.
yeah,
When
definitely.
you,
So
yes,
yeah, then I realized all these things that how to talk to people and if you are in the home at the home. So how you are talking that doesn't much matter much, but when you are outside your home, your how you are talking with the people, it matters a lot. So all these things I realized after when I went there to live outside there to for study and during the exam process.
some days, whenever you find really difficult to control your thoughts, one thing is poking you, pinching you, it's not leaving. So, once in a while, do you just sit, think, analyze, break down? Why am I feeling like this? What should I do to not feel like this? What really happened that triggered this emotion in me? Do you sometimes do this tough mental workout? I know
No,
you're a
I
busy person.
No, I know all these things, but I have decided to do, and I think I have done one or two times. When
Okay.
you are frustrated, your
Yes.
mind is in itself is not working, and you started
Yes.
put pressure on your brain. So
Hmm.
it creates a lot of pressure. So I have done 2 3 times, and really it really helped me how I am differentiating my emotions, how this thing is leading me to this anger, this thing is leading me to love, and this thing. Yeah, definitely I've done 1 2 times, and it has helped.
Any interesting person in office, in neighborhood, any interesting, weird personality you met in Delhi?
Yeah, I was for the 6 months I was transferred in the election office. So
Oh,
in the election
okay.
office, there I met a person. Now he is retired. His name is
Okay.
Rampal. He was really like he was always laughing
Jolly
person.
person,
Yeah, yeah, jolly
making
person.
jokes.
Yeah,
Okay.
making jokes. He was like friendly to even if you will meet up.